By the end of this video, you should be applying for this scholarship. And what scholarship am I talking about? This is the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Global Scholarship. This is actually a scholarship that is available for so many students around the world. And I know that it has been in existence for a long time, but I do not think that people have really understood the strategies that they can use in order to win the scholarship, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. Okay, so now let's look here. We have the merit and the mobility. Those are the things about the scholarship. So this is a fully funded 2-year master's program in low and middle income Commonwealth countries, for example, Fiji, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, right? And the focus is on cultural exchange and solving the UN SDGs. The UN SDGs, that is the focus. It's important to remember that, because somewhere along the line, we are going to come back and discuss why this is very important. And then the scholarship is the bridge, okay? Then you now gain mobility, gaining international pedigree and internationally recognized masters. It acts as a stepping stone to global job markets and top-tier visa systems. I want you all to be looking at this scholarship like a means to an end, okay? This is your first step towards making an international career for yourself, traveling abroad, studying abroad, working abroad. This is the first step towards it. And the hack here is that you have to treat this as a launch pad. You're building an international academic record with zero debt. One of the things that people really start their lives doing is either getting into student loan debt, or some people are fortunate. This is a scholarship, so you can get to do that for free. Or some people actually have to get into a ton of debt in order to sponsor their studies abroad or wherever. So let's look at the benefits. Fully funded tuition, living allowance stipend, one-off arrival allowance, research support on request. You should definitely ask for it. Ask for it, because who doesn't want more money, right? So citizen or refugee of a Commonwealth country, yes, if you are, which is like almost everybody who watches this channel, you all are from the Commonwealth region, and then you're applying to a host country other than your own home country. So you're applying to some other country. This is not you going far away yet. This is you applying to some other country, okay? And then yes, if you hold a 2-1 equivalent undergraduate degree, 2-1, 2-1, okay? If yes, and then you are a new 2-year master, it's a new 2-year master's full-time course. That is what you are going to be applying for. And the target deadlines that we are looking at here is June 4th, 2025, which means that this video is coming out like what, 1st of May or early May. So you have all of May to prepare for this. And if the video meets you later on, you have enough time to get ready for next year, because this is an annual scholarship, okay? And then they have different cycles. They have the January 10, depending on the cycle, apply to both the university and the My ACU portal. So this is now beginning to give us information about how you can apply for this particular scholarship. So first of all, y'all let me know what is your GPA in the comment section. As you already know, they said there that they are looking for 2-1. What is your current GPA? What is your current GPA? You all let me know in the comment section, okay? So let's look at how you are going to win the scholarship. Who wins? So there is no upper age limit. Clock that, clock that, clock that. That's amazing. The total number of slots is officially not specified, making it highly competitive. Also making it asking questions, because okay, we know it is competitive, but how competitive? Are we looking at 10,000 applicants for them to choose two, or what are we looking at here, right? So the focus is on final year grads or professionals committed to community change. Professionals committed to community change, what that tells you is that you have to be doing something within your community, solving some kind of a problem. All right, so moving with dependents, while destination country immigration rules may allow you to bring your partner or your children, the funding is strictly, it provides for living allowance for the grantee only. So what that tells you is they will give you money. If you win the scholarship, they'll give you everything, but now it is depends on you to take care of your folks. You have to take care of your folks by yourself, okay? So the hack is, if bringing family, you must provide independent financial capability for their visa requirements. The scholarship won't cover them. That is exactly what I was just saying, to be honest with you, I think the only scholarship that I've seen that sort of provides some kind of like a family allowance is either the World Bank scholarship or some scholarships to Germany. I've seen Germany provide, but that idea of they are paying just for you, they are paying just for you. And then if you're going to be bringing your family along, that is between you and your family people to take care of, okay? Now let's go to the details of your application and how you should win this scholarship. In order to win this scholarship, you have to master the plan of study, which is actually 200 to 400 words. What they are looking for here, they want you to have your past, your present, and your future all tied up together. So in the past, previous studies and experiences, it gradually leads to the present. Why? Why do you want to study what you want to study? The golden thread, the future. What is the career that you want to pursue? So let's look at the hacks that are going to help you win. Help you win, because I need you all to win this, right? I am not sitting here doing content for y'all not to win. Y'all need to go win and then come let me know that, oh, Dr. Watikum, I got it, okay? So the hack here is show how your background uniquely prepares you for this specific course. That is when you're writing about your background, right? And at the present, the hack here is explicitly name the research you've done on the specific host institution and country. Usually it's always like what professors, what departments, like justify why that specific study destination. And then when you go to the future, the hack there is tie the degree directly to a concrete future career maneuver. What do you want to do in the future? That is basically what they are asking. Strategy here, don't just say you want to study. Prove you chose this exact university for a specific researched reason. They always say that when you are going to study in a particular, you want to study in a particular country, you want to study in a particular university, your job is to stalk the website of that university, stalk the professors, gather as much information as you can and see who is a good fit, what labs are a good fit, what professors are a good fit, what research interests are a good fit. That is how you justify why that country, why that university, and to some extent, why a particular professor that you want to work with, okay? So let's look at the development impact statement that you have to prepare. So here you have a local challenge. Identify a specific tangible problem in your home country. A problem. What problem are you interested in? Global warming, clean water, waste management, whatever it is that you're interested in, you have to be solving a problem, okay? And then how does it tie to the UN SDG? Dedicate about 150 to 200 words aligning your study directly to one specific UN SDG. For example, one of the SDGs actually talks about Earth, the environment, whatever. So if you're talking about waste management, it's easy to tie that to an SDG. If you're doing something with reference to education, that is already one of the SDGs. If you're trying to help people get out of poverty, that is already one of the SDGs. So look through the entire, I think it's 15 SDGs, and see which one ties better with your research. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what are your research interests and which UN SDG does it tie to? If you cannot answer me in the comment section, then you will not be able to write any proper thing that is going to give you the scholarship. Use the comment sections to practice, and I'm going to give you all feedback. So the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship skills, the exact skills you will extract from this master's program, because you're planning to do something, you want to solve some problem in the future, right? So what skills are you going to learn from this program that is going to help you solve that problem? The 300 to 500 word formula: name the home problem, you acquire the skills, you return home to implement the SDG aligned solution. So what you see here is that what they want you to do is they want you to work towards solving a problem, and better let that problem be a problem that is linked to the SDGs, because that is the goal of the scholarship provider. Most times students think about scholarship and they're like, oh, me, I want this, I want to do. Listen, yeah, you are important, but you are practically a tool to help the scholarship provider achieve certain goals. So the question is, how good are you in helping us achieve these goals, right? If you're not good enough, then probably you will not be a good enough investment, because they're going to be spending a ton of money on you. So you have to justify, why are you going to be a good return on investment, right? Then let's look at creating network systems, 200 to 400 words that you have to write. This is extremely good because this is like a schema of what you should do. So this is you in the middle, and then you have your academic studies, volunteer work experience, hobbies, right? Explain how connections in these 4 areas will help you achieve impact during your study program. The hack here is that the committee wants global ambassadors. Detail your plan to actively develop these networks during your host country studies, not just rely on past connections. And this is practically you trying to look into the future of what are the things that you will want to do. I don't think that anybody, like once you've gone to those places, you started your program, I don't think they're going to stop someone along the way and be like, oh, in your application file, you wrote that you were going to do this, but you've not done it. But the idea is that they want to see people who have a plan. Because if you have a plan, you have a direction. The direction does not always go as planned, that is true, but at least you should have a plan on the things that you want to do with this particular study program. So your job is to take some time to come up with a plan, okay? What you did versus the global resume output. So let's look here. Let's say that you studied in Fiji or you studied in South Africa, demonstrated extreme adaptability and cross-cultural communication in emerging markets. Yeah, that is how you're going to sell what you study. Let's say you went and studied in South Africa. That is a new country to you. You have gone there, you have lived there, lived in a society very different from yours. You adapted, right? So how do you show that I demonstrated extreme adaptability and cross-cultural communication in emerging markets, okay? And then executed SDG research, subject matter expertise in UN aligned global challenges. This is practically how you sell yourself after you're done with your program. You did not just go and study let's say waste management. You studied waste management, which is linked to the SDG goals of safe cities or whatever. So you are practically, it is positioning yourself in a way where you can leverage what you have studied through the scholarship for your future. And then the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship Network, lifetime memberships in the Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship. This, and let's look at the hack here. The hack here, your output isn't just a degree certificate. It is proof of elite international mobility and rigorous vetting. A Commonwealth Masters makes you a prime candidate for global skilled work shortages. So what that is telling you is that you are going to be figuring out a way to sell yourself. This is an opportunity for you to sell yourself. Use this. Don't just think about this, oh, I'm going to do a master's. No. You are going, that's why it started with, this is a launch pad towards an international career. And this is giving you tips on how you are going to leverage that to build a career for yourself, okay? So let's look at the flow chart that you are following here. So you have the first hack is the 3 statements. You have the study, impact, and network. That is important. Number 2, secure the fully funded masters and leverage part-time work. Time limits, that is important. 3, translate the regional scholarship into a global pedigree. That is what we're talking about, like how can you maneuver it from a short-term thing to a long-term plan. Number 4, enter the big 3 visa markets that we've already spoken about, it, UK, Australia, and Canada. And then 5, transition to a permanent residence. And then you end up, the end goal is your global citizenship. So this is how you can take this little opportunity that you get and build like a long-term plan for yourself. I hope that this was helpful. Please do want to like this video, share this video. Let's chat about your application in the comment section. I am going to see you all in the next one.